Welcome back to that, my friend. We are going to do a really nice, strong upper body workout focusing on some strength. So, having your heavy weights handy is going to be super important. But before we get there, let's just warm up the body with some abductions, mountain climbers, overhead abductions, and a plank. Okay, so it's just 2 sets. All you'll be doing is pulsing here until the timer goes. Remember, with this one, we want to pull our shoulders back and together and make sure that there's a nice long distance between our ears and our shoulders. That way we're sort of in like a set position and we can really begin to work through the upper body and the shoulders with these abductions. Now, these bands are obviously the premium ones. They're the Iron Edge ones. I'm talking about them all the time just because they have a really good amount of stretch on that band, and they last a really long time. So if you haven't already, I would invest in these. Otherwise, the rubber ones can sometimes roll up and just get a little bit annoying. Alrighty, we're almost finished. 3, 2, and 1. Coming down into one of my favorite exercises. And I know it's not everyone's favorite exercise, but it's just a mountain climber, just running the knees in. So every time you hear that timer go, you will change exercises. The next exercise is just grabbing your band and we'll do our overhead abductions, following into a nice little plank. 2 little sets there. The time does get shorter in the second set, and then we will jump into the strength set. Alrighty, let's move into our first strength block of the workout. We're going to be working through triceps and planks. I'll be taking you through the movement standards so you can pick the options that work for you. But option one with your tricep extensions is going to be with your heavier weight. We'll do this from a kneeling position. If kneeling isn't quite right for you, please feel free to stand. Take the arms up and overhead, bending the elbows behind you and then extending the arms all the way up. Really trying to work through the backs of the arms here. And imagine that you're hugging the elbows together. Now, if that feels a little bit too much, you can swap over to your lighter weights or even go with a tricep dip, just depending on what your body is feeling like. Please try and take a heavier option. It's okay to stop and take some breaks in this one because it actually is an EMOM and every minute on the minute. Now, the second move that we've got, which is a bit more like an active recovery, is going to be a plank option. You can stay in your full plank or maybe you're tapping your toes out to the side. Now, if you are still keeping your knees flat to the floor, what I would like you to do is to take short breaks, come up into your full plank for as long as you can, then rest and reset. Alrighty, let's get started with our first block, 10 reps in this first minute, okay? So bending the elbows up and extending. Now, once you've finished your 10 reps, you will be taking your plank position. We've done this work before, so I know you know what to do. You will hold the plank for the rest of the minute, wait until the timer goes, you will jump back up and you will go into 8 reps. Now, notice I'm not speeding through this. It is a nice, slow, smooth tempo. So the less reps we do, the longer plank we do, and as you get down into those lower reps, you'll be holding quite a long plank. So pick the options that work for you, my wonderful friends, making sure that you stay true to your form. There is no point in sacrificing form for time ever because it doesn't really do anything for us. It sort of just means that we're doing a less effective workout and no one wants that, especially when we're busy women. We've only got 30 minutes to exercise. So keep it nice and tidy, my friends. Stay strong and wait for that little timer. And that's your cue to jump into your next set. Alrighty, wait for that little timer, my friends, and that is you. Time for a little bit of a breather while I take you through the next block of work. We are doing some chest press and variations, so you'll need your heavy weights down by your side. Most of this workout will be done lying on your back, so just make sure that you've got those weights in a really nice position where you can pick them up safely that's not going to jeopardize your shoulders. I like to place mine standing up so that then I can get a really nice grip on them. So to begin with, we'll be going with our neutral press, Barbie arms tucked into the sides of our bodies and just pressing those weights towards the ceiling, making sure the knuckles are facing the sky. Then we do a few reps of these before we come down and just shift the angle. We're going into 45 degrees, so not quite 90, 45. Now this is commonly what our chest press has been looking like over the past few weeks, so it should feel pretty familiar. Once you've done your reps there, we will turn into a 90-degree chest press, incorporating slightly different parts of the muscle and continuing our reps on there. Pressing heavy through the feet and making sure we're bracing through the belly. Coming down nice and safely, lowering those weights down. Now with the ab work, I have a few different variations for you depending on where you're at. Option 1, we're going with just a toe tap, alternating legs each time. Option 2, you may wish to go for a single leg extension here. Or maybe option 3, you can go double leg. Your other option is to go single leg, opposite hand to ankle, alternating each time. You've got an increased range here, so it is a little bit harder. Or you can go for the full V-up, depending on what you're feeling like today. All right, my friends, so what we have is our neutral press, 45-degree chest press, and chest press. Okay, so sounds confusing, but I promise you it's not. Let's just go with our neutral press, bracing yourself, pressing up and all the way down. Really, really nice. Exhaling as you press that weight all the way to the sky. Inhaling as you come all the way down. Beautiful work. So we're going for 5 reps, short little holds at the top. Come down, adjust the elbows, and let's go next 5 reps. Try and keep it relatively continuous so there is no rest unless you are holding those weights at the top, which is indeed a little bit of an active rest. Nice one. And then we're going to be rotating all the way out into our full 90 degrees, big press up and lower down. Now, if you only have one single weight, I want you to do this on each side. So doing 15 reps on each side, it will mean you have to pause the video because it will take you slightly longer. All right, and same thing goes if you are going for any of the single leg variations with your ab work. I want you to do 15 each side. So you're going to be there for a little bit longer. Otherwise, you are just going with your V-up or alternating leg option. Beautiful work, team. Abs should be feeling a little bit tender, a little bit sore. Okay, so we're going to work the back here. We're going to be doing our T and Y lifts and our reach arounds. So you're going to need your light set of weights. I'll take you through some of the movement standards now because there are a couple of options depending on what you are feeling like. So grab those light little weights, come into your hinge position. This is the preferred position I would like you to be in, and that is the one where you are kneeling forward. You've got that hinge in the hip and butt is towards the heels. Notice that my shoulders are forward of my knees. Then from here we come into these reverse flies, or we can use these as our T's. And I've got a nice little squeeze at the very top, making sure that I activate through the shoulders. Now we move into the Y pulse. Notice when my thumbs are going, they're going straight towards the sky. So we are lifting those weights up and finding that really nice squeeze. Now, if you need a little bit less than that, because I understand it can be hard, you can either use canned items or you can go into this regular T pulse, which we've been doing for a while now. And this is your Y pulse, just being sure to take your thumbs towards the sky. That's a little bit of a shift for that one. And then finally, your reach arounds. Again, if the weight, 1 kilo or 2 kilo weights feel a little bit too much, you can go with a canned item or even one of your bands, whichever works. Just make sure that you are lifting up nice and high through the chest so we start working those back extensor muscles. All right, my friends, get yourself set up into the position that you're after. You're either going into that kneeling position for reverse flies / T-pulse, your Y lifts, Y pulse, or your reach arounds. It is 10 reps per exercise, 3 times through. Please don't rush these. There's no prizes. It is probably better if you, actually I should say, the prize will be a really strong back if you do them properly. So it's better off going in a nice slow tempo, keeping that chin tucked to the chest, bracing the lower body. And my friends, you are going to absolutely nail it, and I will see you for your final block of work very, very shortly. Awesome stuff. All right, my friends, let's just work that front part of the body for one last time. You can tell here I'm having a really hard one with this workout. It is tough. All right, so coming down onto your back, I'm going to go through your movement standards. You're going to need your light weights. Now, whichever option you take, you'll still be doing them weighted. So grab your little light weights. Let's lie down onto the back. Option 1 is simply going to be a nice little top half sit up. You're going to extend the arms up towards the sky and just using those top abdominals to lift up as high as you can and a really nice slow lower down. Really, really good. Option 2, we are going to extend the legs and we're going to do single arm. So you'll be doing 5 on one side, slow return down, and then 5 on the other side. So swapping over, or if you like, you can alternate. I am fine. You can use that extra arm for a little bit of extra support as you go up and down. Or, my friends, this is your full version, making sure that your weights are generally always facing towards the sky. All right, what we're going to go with is 2 sets of 10 to 12, depending on how many you get done. Please go slow on the way back down. Keep those abs under tension. Slow return. Beautiful work. Exhale to lift all the way up. Inhale for that beautiful slow return, finding your C curve. That's the most important thing, friends. All right, take yourself all the way through this and go nice and slow, really even tempo, maybe going in time to your breath, and should feel pretty nice. By the end of it, you'll be ready for a cool down and stretch. And time to rest, my friends. Cool down and stretch. If you would like, just drop those knees over to one side and have a little rinse out of the spine. Just taking a nice big deep breath in and then changing over to the other side. Nice little release. Now, I've given you some long time to stretch here. So once you finish these ones, if you'd like to come over just into our nice little like sort of scarecrow position, what we're going to do is just take the arms out into a nice little cactus shape or scarecrow shape here. And then you're going to use one arm, place it by your chest, and then just roll over the other arm, which is at a 90-degree angle. Just really open up through the chest. These muscles can get particularly tight when we do chest press and also when we're using phones, devices, laptops, driving, all that kind of thing. You will have heard me say that before. So just a really nice opener through the front of the chest there. And then if you like, you can also take a stretch onto your chair or bench, little puppy dog pose, whatever is going to work for you, as well as stretching out through your abdominals. But beautiful, beautiful work, my friends. We'll return to some more circuit style programming because I've had good feedback on that one next week.